Hi there. You must be Sarah. Hi, Sarah. My name is Tiffany DeWeese, and it's so good to meet you. I'm an LCSW counselor here at Hope Counseling, and I'm here to help you. So, in your opinion, why did you come in today? Okay, so you're experiencing some depression and anxiety. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that can be very difficult. But the good news is, I'm here to help you, and we're going to get you to where you want to be. So, before we get started on your sessions, there are a few things I need to discuss with you, if that's okay. Yes? Okay. So, the first thing I need to talk about with you is confidentiality. Do you know what confidentiality is? Yeah, you sign a lot of paperwork at the doctor's office about it. Yes, absolutely. Well, so here confidentiality basically means that whatever you tell me, it's safe and I can't share those secrets with anybody else. However, there are rare occasions where I may have to share your information. And it doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. So I want to make sure you know. So, with confidentiality, there are a few limits. One of those limits is regarding child abuse, elder abuse, abuse of disabled persons, anyone who cannot fend for themselves, basically. If you disclose that information about some abuse in your sessions, I am obligated to share that information. Also, I have a duty to protect you. And that basically means that I want to keep you safe. And by keeping you safe, if you share thoughts of harming yourself, I have to share that with some other people simply because my commitment to you as a client is to keep you safe. That is my number one goal. And another instance where confidentiality would be limited would be in a protective instance. So, if you were to share in your sessions a desire to hurt somebody so badly that they died, and so I also have this thing called a duty to protect. And what that means is basically that if you share any homicidal tendencies, the fact that you want to hurt somebody so badly they kill, they. Another instance confidentiality is limited is in my duty to protect others. So just like I want to keep you safe, I want to keep other people safe as well. Therefore, if you share anything in your session about wanting to harm somebody so badly that they die, then it is my obligation to share that information with the proper authorities in order to protect that person. Another instance, and this is the last instance, your information could potentially be summoned for a court case. And that basically means that if a judge hands me a subpoena and says that they need me to comply, then I legally have to. This does not mean they get your information and it's a free for all and everyone can read it, but it does mean that they are entitled to specific information that is helpful to solving the court case. I'm not just going to hand over your file. That's not what we do here, but I will specifically make sure that it is absolutely necessary for your files to be discussed and to be shared for court purposes. Another thing I'd like to discuss with you is basically expectations of therapy and what you can expect whenever coming to therapy sessions. So generally I see people about once a week. Sometimes if they're in really deeply into their feelings, I will see them more than once a week. With therapy sessions, we will see In your therapy sessions, we will be discussing things to help you cope with your depression and anxiety. And one of the things that I really enjoy discussing with people is coping skills. Coping skills are basically things that we can put into place, actions we can put into place that will help you stay calm and help you regulate your emotions. There could also be potentially some other things like deep breathing, grounding techniques, and other things like that that we'll go over as well. As with anything, there are risks and benefits with counseling. Some of the risks with counseling is uncomfortable emotions. Sometimes you may not be the most comfortable and you may feel feelings that are uncomfortable. So basically, you could feel some anxiety, some anger, some frustration, some things like that. However, if we work through those feelings, then we can tell what's on the other side of it and we can get you the help you need. Also, the benefits include, less stress, better stress tolerance, less depression symptoms, less anxiety symptoms. Just strategies being put in place will really help you stay regulated and be able to better regulate your emotions. And that's some of the things that I'm wanting to teach you in therapy. Also, I will say that the informed consent thing that we went over about confidentiality, that will be an ongoing thing. I am obligated to share that with you ever so often just to make sure that you understand, because the last thing that I want to do is put you in jeopardy of any kind if you're not understanding information. And I want to help you understand to the best of your abilities. So if you ever have questions or if you ever want to talk about confidentiality generally, just feel free to bring it up in your sessions. Also, I work general office hours Monday through Friday, and those hours are 8 to 5. I have a lunch at 12. So if you would like to speak with me on the phone at any point in time, you're more than welcome to call and leave a message, and I can call you back when I get a chance. Or also from the hour of 4 to 5, the last hour of the evening, I reserve that to make phone calls, and I would be more than happy to call you back then. If there is an emergency, please don't hesitate to call 911, 988, anything like that. Sometimes, since I have other patients, I cannot get to you immediately because of my other obligations, but I am very happy to give you the resources that you need to reach out in case there is an emergency. You're welcome to call 911, go to the emergency room, call the crisis line, which is 988. Anything that will help you in that moment, and I'll give you some of that information on your way out today. Also, the sad part that I don't like to talk about, because I don't do this for this reason. Also, there are fees. Our fee scale ranges anywhere from $80 for a typical session up into $150 for some other type of specialized session. So in the event that your insurance, you do have insurance, right? Okay. So since you have insurance, in the event that your insurance does not cover that, unfortunately, you may be responsible for that amount. That does not mean that a billing error did not occur or anything along that line. So we will definitely investigate everything all to make sure that you actually owe the amount that's listed. Also, if there is ever a case where your insurance coverage decides not to pay, or if you lose coverage at any point in time, I'll be more than happy to help you find some resources to help with that. And as well, I'm more than willing to set up a payment plan with you, because I know what it's like to struggle financially and to need help, but maybe not be able to afford it. So I'm here for you in that respect as well. Also, regarding the insurance information, there is a possibility that your diagnosis will be shared with your insurance company just to ensure that they cover your services properly. Do you have any questions about anything we've talked about today? Okay. Uh-huh. Absolutely. So, basically, what the fee situation is, if for some reason you don't have coverage with your insurance, we can set up a payment plan. That does not mean that you're going to be liable for $150 every week when you come in. That means that maybe we can set up a payment plan for $50 a week or something like that, and you can pay it continuously. If you want to pay a little extra now and then, that's okay. And if you can only make the $50, then that's fine too. Are there any other questions you have? Okay, discrimination. Yeah, absolutely. I cannot discriminate against you on any grounds whatsoever. So basically, discrimination covers religion, your race. Um, so, do you have any other questions? Okay, great. Well, like I said earlier, it is so good to meet you, and I'm so proud of you for coming in because when life is difficult, a lot of times we just kind of want to go inside and not reach out. So I'm so proud of you that you're reaching out for help. Getting help isn't always easy, but sometimes it is necessary, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thanks for coming in today. It was so nice to meet you.